Welcome to today's lesson. We are diving into Chapter 4, Nothing is Impossible, the construction of the spectacular Brooklyn Bridge. In this video, we'll go through all the solved book exercises from pages 47 to 50. Make sure you stay till the end to fully understand each question and answer. Let's get started and discover how determination can build wonder. Activity 1. Read the passage below to see if you can pick out the main idea. To many parents, the infant's crying may be mainly an irritation, especially if it continues for long periods. But crying serves important functions for the child as well as for the parents. For the child, crying helps improve lung capacity and the respiratory system. Perhaps more, the cry serves as a signal of distress. When babies cry, they indicate that they are hungry or in pain, and this is important information for parents. Let's look at the comprehension question answers. Who? Does this passage discuss a person or group of people? Answer. The passage discusses infants, babies, and their parents. It explains how crying is important for both children and their parents' understanding. When? Does the information contain a reference to time? Answer. The passage does not mention a specific time, like morning or night, but refers to the general time, when babies cry. Where? Does the text name a place? Answer. No, the text does not mention any specific place. It only talks about babies crying and its importance for parents everywhere. Here are a few more question answers. Why? Do you find a reason or explanation for something that happened? Answer. Yes. The passage explains that babies cry to improve their lungs and to inform parents when they are hungry or hurt. How? Does this information indicate a method or a theory? Answer. Yes. It explains the method of how crops babies' physical development and serves as a way to communicate needs. Let's move to page 47 and 48. Read the passages and answer the questions. Fire ants are painful and destructive pests. The fire ant earned its name because of its venom. The insect uses a wasp-like stinger to inject the venom, which causes a painful burning sensation and leaves tiny, itching pustules. The ants will swarm over anyone or anything that disturbs their nests. In addition to causing pain, fire ants damage many crops by eating the plants and by protecting other insects that damage crops. Fire ants are attracted to soybeans, eggplant, corn, okra, strawberries, and potatoes. Now let's look at few questions. 1. What is the topic of the passage? Bites B. Fire ants C. Farming D. Pests, and the correct option is B. Fire ants. Here are two more. Question 2. What does the author want you to know about the topic? Options. A. Fire ants have a wasp-like stinger. B. Fire ants swarm. C. Fire ants are pests to farmers. D. Fire ants are painful and pesky, and the correct option is D. Fire ants are painful and pesky. Question 3. Which sentence contains the main idea? Options. A. 1B, 2C, 4D, 5, and the correct option is C. 4.
Let's move to page 49 and read parts of speech. Poem. Every name is called a noun, as field and fountain, street and town. In place of the noun the pronoun stands, as he and she can clap their hands. The adjective describes a thing, as magic wand and shiny ring. The verb means action, something done, to read, to write, to jump, to run, how things are done. The adverbs tell, as quickly, slowly, badly, well. The preposition shows relation, as in the street, or at the station. Conjunctions join, in many ways, sentences, words, or phrase and phrase. The interjection cries out, hark! I need an exclamation mark. There is one more to be kept among winners. We know them as article determiners.
Let's move to page 50 for a few more questions. Read the above poem carefully and make a list of words, in bold with definitions. List of bold words from the poem with definitions are given below. 1. Noun, a word that names a person, place, thing, or idea. 2. Pronoun, a word that replaces a noun, like he, she, it, or they. 3. Adjective, a word that describes or modifies a noun. 4. Verb, a word that shows action or a state of being. 5. Adverbs, words that describe how an action is done. They modify verbs, adjectives, or other adverbs. 6. Preposition, a word that shows the relationship of a noun or pronoun to another word, like in, at, on. 7. Conjunction, a word that joins words, phrases, or clauses, like and, but, or. 8. Interjection, a word or phrase that expresses sudden feeling or emotion, like oh, wow, hark. 9. Article determiners, words used before nouns to define them as specific or unspecific, like a, an, the, B. Identify the part of speech of the highlighted word in each of the following sentences as verb, noun, pronoun, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, interjection. 1. He runs fast. Answer. Fast is an adverb. 2. The geese indolently waddled across the intersection. Answer. Indolently is an adverb. 3. Yikes. I'm late for class. Answer. Yikes is an interjection. 4. Bruno's shabby thesaurus tumbled out of the book bag when the bus suddenly pulled out into traffic. Answer. Shabby is an adjective. 5. Mr. Frederick angrily stamped out the fire that the local hooligans had started on his veranda. Answer. Angrily is an adverb. Let's understand few more. 6. He is a fast runner. Answer. Fast is an adjective. 7. Later that summer, she asked herself, what was I thinking of? Answer. Herself is a pronoun. 8. She thought that the 20 zucchini plants would not be enough, so she planted another 10. Answer. So is a conjunction. 9. Although she hundreds of zucchini away, the enormous mound left over frightened her. Answer. Although is a conjunction. 10. Everywhere she went, she talked about the prolific veggies. Answer. Everywhere is an adverb. Let's move to the last activity. Suppose you are the team leader. Write a dialogue having 5 members in your group, planning for the Clean and Green Pakistan project. Place your characters clearly within your conversation. Create a unique voice for every character, and give characters opposing views. And the characters are characters. Amina is team leader. Rashid is environmental scientist. Sarah is community liaison. Bilal is logistics coordinator. Nadia is social media manager. So let's begin the dialogues. Amina, good morning, team. Thank you all for coming. As you know, our goal is to create a comprehensive plan for the Clean and Green Pakistan project. I'd like to start by hearing your ideas on how we can tackle this. Rashid, enthusiastic. We need to focus on sustainable practices from the start. I suggest we initiate extensive tree planting campaign in urban areas. It's crucial for improving air quality and providing green spaces. Sarah, concerned. While I agree, Rashid, we need to ensure community buy-in. People need to understand the importance of these efforts. I propose we hold workshops and community meetings to educate and involve local residents. Continued from the previous page. Bilal, practical. That's a good point, Sarah. However, logistics are going to be a big challenge. We need to map out the areas for planting, source the saplings, and organize transportation. Plus, maintaining these trees post-planting is critical. Nadia, excited. Don't forget about the power of social media. We can create awareness and engage the community through online campaigns. We can start a hashtag movement, share success stories, and even live stream our planting events to get more people involved. Amina, thoughtful. These are all great ideas, but we need to balance them. Rashid, your tree planting campaign is essential, but we must integrate Sarah's community involvement strategy. Bilal, your logistics plan will need to address both planting and maintenance. Nadia, your social media campaign can support all these efforts. Let's continue. Amina, good morning, team. Thank you all for coming. As you know, our goal is to create a comprehensive plan for the Clean and Green Pakistan project. I'd like to start by hearing your ideas on how we can tackle this. Rashid, enthusiastic. We need to focus on sustainable practices from the start. I suggest we initiate with an extensive planting campaign in urban areas. It's crucial for improving air quality and providing green spaces. Sarah, concerned. While I agree, Rashid, we need to ensure community buy-in. People need to understand the importance of these efforts. I propose we hold workshops and community meetings to educate and involve local residents. Here are a few more. Rashid, agreeing. Absolutely. Amina, we can start with pilot projects in a few neighborhoods to refine our approach before scaling up. Sarah, nodding. Yes. And during these pilot projects, we can gather feedback from the community and adjust our methods as needed. Bilal, planning. For logistics, we should collaborate with local nurseries for saplings and possibly engage local businesses for support and resources. We'll need volunteers for the planting and maintenance phases. Nadia, enthusiastic. I can create a volunteer sign-up campaign online and share updates regularly to keep everyone informed and motivated. We can also use social media to highlight our community meetings and workshops. Lastly, Amina, decisive. Perfect. Let's summarize our plan. Rashid will lead the tree planting initiative. Sarah will organize community involvement activities, Bilal will handle logistics, and Nadia will manage our social media campaign. We'll start with pilot projects, gather feedback, and then expand. Does everyone agree? All unison, yes. Amina, great. Let's get to work and make clean and green Pakistan a reality. Thank you, everyone. I hope you found this video helpful and easy to understand. If you learned something new today, don't forget to like the video, share it with your classmates, subscribe to my channel for more educational content. See you in the next lesson.